G'day gang, how you doing? Funny old world, isn't it? I'll get to that in a moment. Just sort of bring up the speed with what's been going on at work. Nothing bad, other than the guy I work for. Well, we won't go into that. Guy with the Pathfinder. If you saw the Pathfinder where I did his engine sort of, you know, get him going, so to speak. Happy as a pig and shit with that. He just thinks it's awesome. The best it's ever run, the best it's ever been, and the best it'll ever be. Happy, happy, happy. Another thing I was going to tell you is that the do you remember the BMW that I froze the computer, the ECU, PCM, whatever, whichever way you want to call it? It's actually a control module for the powertrain, so it is a PCM. That was a couple of years now. I think it was a couple of years, 2.5 maybe. Saw the guy not so long ago, maybe a month. Hasn't missed a beat, believe it or not. And that's all we did. If you remember, if you watch that video, you can go back. It's a BMW 318i. That it was doing all sorts of things. There's quite a few videos in that little regarding that car and what it was doing. And it got to a particular, you could almost pick where it would happen, where it would do what its issue was. But it's never done it again. So don't ask me. I've had people leaving comments of how does that work and won't that create moisture in the computer and all sorts of things. And yes, yes, yes and yes. And I don't know. But hey, if you're really up a creek and you're pinching at straws and you don't know what, chuck a PCM in the freezer for a few hours, see what happens, you never know. But it's a Saturday morning, the 25th or 26th or something. Just been down to claim back some green slip insurance. Aussie guys know what green slips is, especially in New South Wales. Green slip insurance, got to get it every year. Costs you about between $500 and $800, depending on what you drive and what your age group is, and varying other things and where you live even. And so between the Chevy and the Pulsar, I got near $120 or something back. So that was a cool thing, not bad for this morning. Then I thought I'm going to do some work on the Chevy. I've got a few little jobs I wanted to sort out. Nothing major, but again, this was the Chevy was going to be, or its whole idea was to be a retirement project for me when it comes to the time when I can stop working, or when I stop working full time, and I'll still be working probably 2 or 3 days a week mechanicking somewhere, doing something. But that was what the Chevy was all about. It was a project, and it's only like 4 years down the track. So, but I'm still doing little bits and pieces to it because I just have to do that. It's one of the things. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you something I thought was quite funny. I went to start on the Chevy and it just turned around 180. That might have to work. Well, it still could get worked on yet. But anyway, I'll just show you what happened. So a guy gives me this computer. I've got computer in the brain. Compressor. What it means, I don't know. It's not very big, but it's about the same size as the little one I have here that I use for pumping up tyres and things like that. And what happened? This has gotten run over. Somebody ran over it, and they broke off. Wait till I get it for you. They broke. Hang on, let's go out in the sunshine a little bit. And a lovely sunny day, by the way. Have a look at the blue sky. Not an ounce of breezes. Washing's out getting dried. Lawns are done. Anyways, so you can probably see there that she's all kaput, snapped off there, and I did attempt to try and recover it, but in doing that with the die grinder, I just got a little bit overzealous into this area and went through into a port, so that rendered that useless. And another guy I know, he had a couple of these he was going to toss out. I said, well, just give me the gadget, the switch, right? So I had to put the valve on it, and I put the fitting on it. I've just got to screw it onto the compressor. I've already wired it, you know, blah blah blah. But it came with a regulator on it. Anyway, I was just having a look, and I thought I'll just double check with the other little compressor. And although I've put it back together now, that's the relay that came with that other switch. And I'm probably lucky that it did, because I had intended using this, and the idea I'm going to have is I'll just piggyback those two together. That'll increase the capacity a little bit and won't overwork it. I actually painted the car with that little compressor, so she was working overtime. But anyway, back to the story. So I come out and I look at this one, and that's the regulator that was on it, the twin outlet with a gauge, and she'd all come apart. And I just thought to myself, what the bloody hell? So obviously I've used that regulator there for that one. That's the main one anyway. And I'm just about to screw this onto this one. So once I've screwed that on there and wired him in, what do you reckon? We'll see if she runs. It's been sitting in there, in that little corner there with the rat bait. Been sitting in that little corner there for, I don't know. If you check back some of the videos I've done while I've been in the shed, it could be a couple of years. Probably is a couple of years. Anyway, it does need an air cleaner, air filter. It hasn't got an air filter for it, but that won't stop me turning it on. I'll get an air filter for it. But anyway, I'm gonna put this gadget on and we'll wire it up. Hopefully it'll do its job. We might even use it to pump up its own tyres, eh? Well, it's on there. What do you think? We'll plug her in. Should we see? All right, see ya. Let's go. Don't hear anything leaking out. Okay, let's go. Something's leaking out of here. Have to investigate that bit. Soon. There we go. Happy days. Well, that part of it anyways. I'll just have a look in here. I don't know what that is. Something must be fractured. Quite warm, that. When I move this up and down though, it seems to change where it's coming from, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to take that pipe off and have a real good look at it. Oh, sorry guys, it hurt me knee the other day. Ouch. Okay. Then might be able to get on to something else, eh? I've got to service their snipper. It's a bit grumpy to start at the moment, so we'll do something with that. Might even service the mower. I haven't done that for quite a while. Then I'll get into the Chevy. Hope you all have a goodie, and check you later. Cheers. So I pulled that pipe off, eh? Can you see? Oh, sorry. Can you see what I see? I think you can see. It's a pretty good camera, this. See the crack in it? Yeah. And we're gonna have to solder that up, I guess. Hopefully it'll behave. Running out of map gas. Okay. Oh well, that project's sort of underway. Have to get some more heating gas and solder that up. Hopefully it'll take, and hopefully it'll be good. And yeah, I don't think my electric soldering iron's going to be good enough for that. I might give it a go. See what happens. Well, I tried my bloody soldering iron, and that ain't going to cope. And I thought, hang on a second. Well, we got my old Weller, and she's a big old bugger. Turn him off by the way. And I gave it a shot. Go with my best shot. I don't know. What do you think? Think we passed? There's a collar that goes up to that, so as long as I don't crunch in on that collar too hardly, and we get a good seal at the bottom, we should be alright, eh? We'll give it a shot? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Can't stop now. That seems to have sorted it out. It did have a little hiss there for a little bit until I really cranked on that with the adjustable, but no, I'm happy with that now. I just need an air cleaner and she's done deal. Now I'll say see you guys, have a goodie, and I'll check you later. Now where did I leave my double-sided tape?